Hello, everybody. Monday night, 3/22/2021. Let's see. We are live now. There we go. Adjust my camera a little bit. There we go. I was just watching, make sure I'm all in focus over there. So let's get on here and see who we got. Mr. Terry Landry, number one. How you doing, brother man? New Iberia, Louisiana. Need you go pick some Tabasco sauce up for me. Miss JT's All Outdoors. How you doing? Hey, how's your husband doing? Well, actually, you don't have to answer on here, but maybe have him text me when he feels like it. Addicted to hunting. I'm alive. I'm live and alive. There we go. Glad to have you on here. Superman, how you doing, brother? Common Folk Outdoors. Oh, shoot, you know what? Hold on. Let me give y'all some. There we go. Common Folk Outdoors. How you doing? AWF. Good evening, all. Hope y'all have a blessed week. And let's talk crappie. There we go. There's my cat running by. John Maddox, you are going to be in a video this. Golly, cat, move! Come on. She likes to get right here when I'm editing. But yeah, John, you're going to be in the video this week, catching a fish. I just happened to catch you. Look, cat, hold on. I'm sorry. There we go. Anyway, I just happened to catch you in the background, so I zoomed in on you, and you're slaying a fish in. So you will be in there. Mike Hallmark, how you doing, sir? Good to have you on. Hope you're doing well. Fishing with Fredo. What's up, big man? Good to see you on here. Common Folk Outdoors ask, who will be at Crappie Fest on Lake Fork Saturday? I will not be. I've got a lot going on this week. I plan on making the next, what month is this? March. Golly, yeah. April. I can't think of it. Anyway. Yeah, I plan on making the April tournament, and from then on, I will not be there Saturday though. But I hope some of the people are on here will be there. It's going to be a good time. Hit like for the younger than me, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see, Scott Pace, how you doing? Good to have you on here. Mark, my God bless everyone this day, and thank you, Sarge, for sharing your time with us each and every one, with each and every one of us. Amen. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Definitely. Andy Perry, how you doing? Man, I'm good. I'm good. We'll talk about my crappie fishing here. But you know what? Let's do it now. We'll keep going on here. I'll say hi to everybody else here in a minute, but man, I had a great time this weekend. I slayed them. Oh, hey, hold on. Hold on. Y'all see something new in this video? I'll tell you what. Let's just go on here for a minute, and whoever can tell me what's new in this video will get my secret bait. I'm not going to tell you, but that's the name of the video. This week, it's in here. So whoever can say it first goes from there. John Maddox, you can't win. You just won. I delivered your stuff this weekend. Oh, wait, I see it. I'll get down there in just a second. Crappie Express, how you doing, sir? Pro-Am, how you doing, man? He's got a great video that just came out, I believe today. I watched it today anyway. Check out his channel. He used to be in the industry like I was as far as editing and stuff, and man, he did a great job. He's in a kayak fishing, catching some sand bass or white bass, and y'all make sure you go check him out. After this is over, don't leave the live to do it. Write it down, put it on a piece of paper, and then you can go out and do it. So, but definitely check his channel out. He's a new channel, and we need to get him some subscribers because he's got some good stuff. William C., how you doing? Good to see you on here, buddy. hey, the time is getting close to us going fishing. So I've got to make it to the ACC tournament. And guys, hey, if anybody here is in the Tennessee area, Alabama, I haven't seen them on here. Slab Buster be a great time. April 10th will be Watts Bar, going to be a good time. Myself, Wire for Crappie will be there, and Blake Hawk. There's I think Flopping Crappie may come down as well. I haven't talked to him lately, but I think he may come down. Andy with ACC will be there as well. It'll be a good time, guys. So hope you can get down there. It's already been said, so I can't do it. But Terry, I appreciate that. Kip Wright, how you doing? William C, how you doing? Nice hat, thank you, sir. Fish with Fredo, how you doing? Good to have you on here. Oh, I just lost my spot. Dadgummit, hold on. Jared Lee, good to see you on here. Andy Perry, my March got crazy, having surgery again. Oh, man. Let's go fish either this July or late fall. Yeah, man. You just let me know when, okay? I think you got my number. Yeah, I think you do. So, yeah, let me know, and we'll make it happen, brother. I promise you. After I take William C. Got to get it in there. Let's see. Steve Epperson, how you doing, big man? He's going to Crappie Fest. He's saying me. John's talking about the video this weekend. Maybe Hollywood will see the potential talent and offer me a movie contract. I can play an old fat man. Me too. Fish are moving on to our docks now. Hey, man, that's awesome. I'm going to get there. I don't know when, but I'm going to get there. I'm spreading myself out, dude. If my wife only heard how many promises I'm making, and I'm going to film them all. I promise you, I'm going to film them all. But it's going to happen. I promise you. I got your phone number right in my phone. It's going to happen. Heidi Clark, one of my moderators. How you doing? Good to have you on here. And let's see. Texas Crappie Assassin. Go check his channel out as well. He'll be at Crappie Fest. He did pretty good. I think I missed. No, I said Kip, right? I saw Kip on here. I'm pretty sure I said hi to him. I hope I did. If I didn't, I'm sorry, Kip. But yeah, he'll be at Crappie Fest as well. Let's see. Aunt Maureen. Hey, good to have you on here, brother. So I was there today. If y'all remember where I found my hidden spot in my boat, I was there today. Uncle Bill's Crappie Adventures. I'm not sure if he's going to be on here. He was on the other channel a while ago, and then he had to leave. But yeah, he got his boat outfitted today. I'm eager to see pictures of it. So y'all definitely go check out ampedmarine.com. I think I said that right. I'm pretty sure it is. ampedmarine.com. It is on my channel. I have it in the description of all my videos except for the lives, because I don't have a standard thing that comes up on the lives. So definitely go check them out. There's some, they don't have your boat, they can make it. You can send measurements in there, and there's all kind of storage stuff that you can do, all kind of compartments. And if you have an idea, they can make it. I promise you, it is amazing. So here we go. Andy Perry, New Bay. Not sure what you mean by New Bay. Anyway. Okay, John, I said you can't win because I just gave you one. So Scott Pace, you're the winner, sir. The new hat. We got new hats coming. This was the prototype. Y'all don't look at my hair, but it's already dirty. I apologize. So we have them coming in 3 different colors. They're all going to be a type of blue to start out with, but we're going to have this color. We're going to have a white back here, and then we're going to have this type of cap that's blue, just the standard, because I like to be able to fold things and do stuff. So we'll have a couple of those, and then as we sell them, we'll get some more. So Scott Pace, if you will send me an email at, there we go, sleepatthereal.tv@gmail.com. I will send me your, I need your screen name on here. I need your real name if it's not Scott Pace, and your address. And give me a phone number too, in case I can't read something for some odd reason. People misspell things before on an email. So let me have all that information. Send me that email at that address there, and I will get you this bait out, my secret weapon. I can't tell you tonight. I just can't do it. The video is going to come out hopefully in the morning. If not, it will be Wednesday morning. I'm kind of rearranging the way I do things. It's not always going to be on Sunday anymore. It's going to be different times, and I've got some reasons for that. But trying to get seen a little more. So anyway, I appreciate that. So send me that email, okay? And let's see. Jerry Lee got it. Heidi said it. Yarley Kennedy, how you doing, sir? Good to have you on. Mike, I wish it was a guitar. That guitar has been back there for a while. This other guitar right here, I need to pull it out sometime, but that's my signature guitar. I got it at a pawn shop, I think. Just a little cheap guitar, but I've had a whole bunch of Texas country artists signing that thing. It's been pretty fun. I think I got about 20 signatures on there. Been fun. So I got a bunch of new hats. Let's see. Limited special. Tony, how you doing? Good to have you on here as well, sir. James, how you doing? Hey, again, guys, look at the bottom right there. Pawpaw's Jerky. I don't get anything out of this. I promise you. Hey, and James, when you get a chance, send me an email or a message and let me know what the status is on that other stuff that we were talking about. Yeah, I don't want to say anything on here, but yeah, send me an email and let me know how that is. Because you may have sent me something and I haven't seen it. So yeah, we need to go. But y'all go check out. Man, I got to place another order. I've been out for weeks and I just keep forgetting to do it. So I'll place an order here. But y'all check out Pawpaw's Jerky. There it is. Crappie 15 for 15% off. Veteran-owned company. Oh, that's some good stuff right there. All right, let's see. There's Slab Buster. I see. Oh, I just passed him up. Slab Buster. Irene, the Crappie Queen. How are you doing, baby girl? Good to see you. Hey, hold on. I got a super chat here from James Albert. Hey, I appreciate it, buddy. $4.99. Thank you, sir. It means a lot. Any of these super chats, guys, if you want to do a super chat, if you look at the very bottom, there's a $sign right under where you start typing. If we're in the middle of something, I'm going to jump down to that. And if you have a question, you have a comment, we're going to get hit right away, man. So, James, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. And, yeah, I'm going to be placing an order, so that's going to go toward jerky. Not really, but anyway, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Where was I? Let me find my spot. We got a special guest coming on tonight, I think. Just kind of waiting for him to get on here. Oh, there he is. Good. I'm sorry. There's where I was. Irene. Larry McBride, how you doing, buddy? Bull Shoals Lake. Good to have you on. Oh, I like this name, Freaky Fredo. I'm going to start calling that Freaky Fredo. Sounds like Barfly. Trent Huber, how you doing, man? What camera mount are you using? I think it looks like a YOLO Tech. If so, what size is it and any problems from it? No, sir. Yes, sir, that is correct. I'm using a YOLO Tech, and I don't remember the size. It is the big one. I think it extends, I want to say 5 feet, maybe. Don't remember offhand. The higher you go, the more stable or unstable it gets. So I usually kind of stick it right in the middle. Now I do have to shoot when, and I know we've talked about this before, but doing a little thing on the editing, but I do shoot on 2.7K with my camera. That way I can zoom in. I probably need to go to 4K, but I'm afraid of the storage space I'm going to have to deal with on my hard drive. I've got, these are brand new hard drives, 8 terabyte hard drives. And I've got 2 of them full right now in my safe. So that's at 2.7K. So yeah, it gets kind of big. But the great thing is I've got a power source in there. You can plug 2 different USB ports in, wrap my wireless mic around the top of it, and secure it to there. And yeah, I love the YOLOtech. It's a great tool. I don't have a light post in front of my boat, or I'd probably order one of the small ones as well. That's why I'm only running 1 camera, just because I did put a camera up in the front one time, and well, it's at the bottom of Lake Palestine right now. So I just found it easier to do 1 camera, especially when I'm doing live scope footage. It makes it a lot easier to only have 2 things to edit versus 3. But yeah, so I'm using the YOLOtech camera mount, and feel free to shoot me an email. I can get a link to the exact one I'm using, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Let's see. All right. Terry says, I'll trade you some Tabasco for a hat. Man, that may work. We may have to do that. I'll give a couple away for a giveaway. So I should get them. Let me think. I'll get them around Easter, a little before, a little after. I'll definitely have them up in Tennessee with me. And the great thing is they can make more, and we'll probably do some different styles as we go. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty. What is that? I'm pretty excited about it. So first swag we've had. I'm also gonna get some stickers made, and that's kind of where we're going right now. I'm not gonna go get a whole lot of stuff, but it does cost money to make it. So yeah, anyway, Chad, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, Scott Pace, I'm sorry. Thanks, man. Hey, no, thank you for noticing. So again, send me that email, and we'll get it out to you. Fredo, sweet hat, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's see. Jerry Ward, South Carolina in the house. Awesome. Good to have you. I know, William, you said it, but you said it before I asked the question. So I couldn't count that. But you know what? I've been putting you off, so I'll give you one when I take you fishing. How's that? I should have one by then. Slab Buster, what have I missed? Is there a giveaway? Not anymore. There was going to be one, but I just gave it away. I've been trying to figure out all day long how to give this thing away. But I will have another giveaway next week. And you know what? I may give a hat away. And I've got a very good way to do it. So, yeah. Hang in there. Oh, hold on. We got a super chat. I got to jump up here. Oh, my gosh. Travis Christians. Thank you so much, man. I donated every single dime of my stimulus. You got the last 50. Brother, I appreciate that. You don't know what that means to me. Guys, you know, this I'm going to give the standard answer that everybody gives. It goes back to channel. I mean, it does, you know, and that's the simple fact. It does. It goes back to buying camera gear. It goes back to doing all this. But, you know, these videos are tough. I mean, it takes a lot to make these. And there's a bunch of channels on here right now. You guys understand that. You know it. You know, I just recently bought a a new camera, which I'm going to now, which is the DJI Osmo. I'm getting away from GoPros, going to this one. This camera is so much better. Pro M Outdoors told me about it, and you know, with my wireless mic on the GoPro, I would have to separate my audio and my video because my audio would be 1 second behind what the video is. So I have to separate everything, edit that back in, then go through. And I mean, it's crazy. This one works perfect, and that's a problem GoPro knows they have. The video on this thing, I think, is the same. I've got every function in this camera and more than I do in a GoPro. It's about that much bigger, just that little top piece right there, than the GoPro. It's light. I love it. Batteries are different, but the mounts, I don't have any here. No, I don't. Anyway, the mounts for this, I do. Hold on. And I'm getting back to your deal, but well, I don't. Here we go. So the mounts for this thing are exactly the same as the GoPros, so it fits all the GoPro stuff. Just to give you an idea, guys, if you're looking for a camera, $199 for that camera, and I will be probably buying another one at some point to do two things and getting rid of these GoPros. But this is the kind of stuff this goes to going to, you know, pay for gas in a boat, going to gas for the truck, and I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, Travis. I really appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. Let me scroll back up. I was on Slab Buster, I believe. No, I was on Trent. Yeah. Okay. No, it was on Slab Buster. There we go. Let's see. Maybe I was farther down. Oh, I'm sorry. I was farther down. Here's where I was. So, Andy Perry. Oh man, so close to the win. New hat auto. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Oh man, I was like, what are we talking about? A new bay? I didn't know if you meant my surroundings. I was like, no, it's the same thing. So anyway, I appreciate you. Oh, so it's out to the public. We are sending you 4 packs of Reaper's Regret. That was supposed to be the super chat. Okay. All right. So guys, we are going to have, I hope, a viral video. And James, I don't remember what all we agreed on. So if you want to put that in super chat, I'll talk about that again in just a minute. Because not a super chat, I'm sorry. In the chat, I will, I just saw the word super chat. If you will write that out, I will talk about it right here on the live, and then we'll get it out as well. But I'm going to need 4 people. There we go. 4 people in the East Texas area that like hot stuff, that like a hot challenge, because I've got to get there and videotape it. So if you like a hot challenge, and I mean a hot challenge, I think it's the Carolina Reaper beef jerky. It's going to be fun. So I know they're going to donate some money to my nonprofit organization for this. And yeah, so hopefully he'll put this in the comments below and we can talk about it a little bit more. Oh, I see my special guest is on. I'll bring him on in just a second. Okay, Addicted to Cat, my gosh. Addicted to Hunting says, what are the fish going to do after this rain? Looks like temperatures will stay up above 50. You know, that's a good question. I'm going to hold that just for a minute. I think, let me look real quick and see if there's anything else I need to take care of right now. Hold on. I got to say this because it's funny. So John said, I think I may saw the secret bait tied on your pole Saturday. We'll be purchasing some soon. Yeah, you did. At that point when I saw you, you did. And I will tell you, I think I went back and looked at my video. I think I caught very close to 50 fish. My camera shut off at one point. because I didn't have it plugged in the power. But I think I couldn't remember what I told you originally, but after looking at I've been trying to go through them all day, trying to figure out which ones I'm going to keep. And yeah, I think I caught about 50 fish that Saturday morning. So started out slow, but it got better. Okay, hold on. Special guest. I see you back there, but I got a super chat. I got 2 super chats. Oh my gosh. Wow. Pro M Outdoors. Thank you so much. Glad you love the DJI Osmo camera. Glad happy to help. Yes, he's the one that told me about it. Again, guys, y'all go check his channel out as soon as this is over. Don't do it now. Wait till it's over. Write it down. Pro M Outdoors, new channel. He's getting going. One more, Mr. Darren Peoples. Man, you didn't say anything, bro. I know Darren. He's a game warden, and we'll be doing some fishing together too. Too also. How's that? He is a game warden up at Caddo Lake. I had to think about it for a minute, and he is going to put me on some red ear spawn. I'm pretty excited about it. Good guy, and friends with the other game warden I had on here before. But Darren, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. I just realized I've been spelling your name wrong. There's 2 E's in there. Anyway, okay, let me go back to this one thing. I'm gonna bring my special guest in. Man, where was that? There it is. Okay, let me bring my special guest in. I think most of you guys know him. He's a legend among fishermen. I can see him laugh in the background, but let me just bring him in. He's a lot uglier than I am, but you know, we gotta give him that. So, Mr. SK, how you doing, big man?
Oh, pretty good. How about yourself, Chris?
Give me a second here. I got to turn that down. Okay, can you hear me?
I can very well.
Okay, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you perfect, man. I'm adjusting my audio.
Awesome.
I've got two screens going. One of them is live, so I can see what's going on. I'm using StreamYard on this one here. So, all right, perfect. Okay, man. Hey, welcome to the show, brother.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
I messaged SK about 10 minutes before the show started. And I said, hey, buddy, would you like to be on tonight? If you're bored, here's a link. And he said, yeah, man, I'll be there. And so,
yeah.
So how's everything going with you, man?
Man, it's been great. I mean, awesome. Been
good.
Awesome.
How's the fishing been?
Awesome. Really good. Yeah, it's been really good.
Cool. Yeah, I've been watching a couple of your lives. I hadn't commented on there. I try not to comment too much anymore because people spend the time saying hi to me, and it takes away from your life. So, you know, anyway, but I have watched a couple. So lately, I've been kind of busy editing too and hanging out with the family.
Yeah,
but hey, man, why don't you help me answer this question here? Dick to the Hunting says, what's the fish going to do after this rain? Looks like temperatures will stay above 50.
Well, they're going to eat. I promise you that. I mean, they're no different than we are. I do see that, especially if the lake muddy up that you're fishing. I'll see that the fish will go a lot shallower than a lot of people think. A great technique that I don't use it a lot, but I know it works really well is just using a little fixed float, getting that 5, 6, 7 foot of water, and put it around some structure. It works really well.
I've got to do that again. I haven't done that in forever. I've been kind of stuck on live scope, and I need to get away from that. We talked about that a few weeks ago, and but man, it's so much fun. You and I need to get together and fish and do a video. But anyway, I appreciate that. That's a good thing. Because now, do you do sand bass or white bass too, or you just do crappie?
I don't anymore, but I used to. I still catch them while crappie fishing. I mean, sure. I catch them just about every trip.
Yeah. Okay. Just kind of wondering, because I know right now the sand bass spawn is going, and for the sand bass side of it, I think it's gonna make it better. Man, man, something about that raging water, dude. They're like salmon.
Yeah.
They're just not jumping out of the water. You know, they're going upstream. It seems like I catch them better when the water's moving. I guess probably because you find the currents and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I'm kind of with you on that. It's you know, the muddy water because like for me, I'm targeting the big females. That's mainly what I do. I'm not usually on the males in the shallow water. That's why I said it'd be good to get back to doing some of that. But I'm targeting the females that are in the 10, 12 foot of water. And man, it doesn't change them, in my opinion. It may get them a little more spooky sometimes. They may not see quite as well, but I still think they probably see a good 5 feet. I've seen on live scope, I've seen fish just dart over from 5 feet away to get my jig, you know. But yeah. So hey, man, I hope that answered your question. If you have something else, feel free to let us know. We'll expand on that. I appreciate it. I saw a comment down here that I need to attack here. Slab Buster, cool hat. My birthday is April 9th. Thought I'd mention that. Well, you're gonna be 32. My birthday's next Monday. So what are you gonna give me? We talking about presents here, buddy. Mine comes first. I'll be 53. I'm just playing. Who knows? I might send you one, Slab, just because you're a weird guy from Alabama. I know him. I can attack him like that. So let's see. James Alberts. That's what I'm looking for. Give me 1 second. It's down here. I saw it pop up on the other screen because I need to talk about that. Here it is. Okay. Pawpaw's Jerky just released a 1-strip challenge. So this is what I'm talking about, where I need 4 volunteers in the East Texas area. It's called the Reaper's Regret. This 1 strip is packed with fiery Carolina Reaper seasoning, and 50% of the proceeds go to Lone Star Warriors Outdoors. So if y'all don't know what that is, that's my nonprofit organization. We take combat injured veterans hunting, fishing, golfing, underwater basket weaving, whatever we can do to give them time with each other to combat suicide and PTSD recovery. So I appreciate that, James. Thank you so much. And we will do a whole video on that once I find the 4 people. And so if you want to volunteer for that, if you have my phone number, shoot me a text. If not, shoot me an email right there. And as long as I need to be able to travel to you. Now, I will say, if you're in the, if I get them in time, if you're in the Tennessee area, I'll be there on the 7th through the 10th of April, and we can film that as well. But I need you on film doing this because we're going to use this to promote it. So I don't care what you look like, because you're going to be ugly after you eat it. So let me know if you want to do it. So thank you, James. I appreciate it, buddy. Hey guys, if y'all have any Tracy, I saw your comment. If y'all have any comments, questions you want to throw out for SK, myself, or both of us, now's a great time to do it. And go from there. Let's see. Let me scroll through here real quick, and then we'll just talk. We don't have anything going on. Okay, here's a good one. Slab Buster says, tell SK, I'm going to let you tell him right here, I need some of those exact jigs behind me. I think for a price, Slab, you can probably get a couple of those.
Nah, I don't have time to tie the sale. I really don't. I'll give them away before I sell them right now.
Well, go ahead.
Thing is, you know, when someone put their money down to buy something, you got to be on a time limit. So I just don't have that time right now. So I'll tell Nate, look, when I get time, I'll tie some and send them to you. But I won't charge.
His birthday is on the 9th.
Okay.
He's the one that just said his birthday's on the night. So anyway, yeah. If you get a chance to make some, let me know and I'll give you his information. Those are good. I've seen those on your show when you were talking about jigs.
Right.
I've never fished with one. They look good.
They work well. I do well
Yeah.
on bluegill, red ear, and crappie on them.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I've never used a jig on red ear. I hadn't fished for red ear in years. So I'm looking forward to getting back and doing that.
Fun fish to catch.
Yeah. In fact, the last time I did them was in 1987.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that because my dad and I went out to the Chaffalaya Basin. Now we called them bull brim out there in Cajun land. And we caught those things right before I went to basic training. And that was our little getaway. And I mean, we caught, man, well, I bought, I don't know, 3 or 4 dozen crickets, and we ran out of crickets. And I left my dad on the little flotation device that was out there, and I took off and went back and bought more. We were slaying them, dude. So I've not done that since then. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I hear crickets work well for them.
Yeah, they're good. Okay, guys, real quick, got another super chat. Mickey D's, how you doing? I have a lot of crappie dart up to my jig. Look at it, follow it, then don't commit. Do I just move on or spend time there? I know what my answer is. SK, what is yours? Now, I don't know. You probably don't see that much because you're not using live scope. But
I fish on a live scope a lot more than people think. I got a few buds that have it. I was actually fishing under it this weekend and downsizing, adding scent, changing colors, all of the normal stuff is what get them to commit.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was going to say. Downsize, which I normally fish with a 1/8 ounce jig year round. That's just me. I do change colors. I change sizes. For the man, I don't see if I have one. No, I don't have one. Give you an example for the bonehead slim sticks. I'll bite off the end of it to where it's got a tail about that long instead of that long, and drop that down there. And sometimes that changes the entire thing. A lot of times it doesn't work with the same jig. I have to change colors, drop it down there. If they're hungry, they're going to be hungry. It's kind of the way I look at it during the summertime. If you're out mowing the yard and you come in, you're tired, you're like, I don't want to make something to eat. But if your wife puts a steak in front of you, you're going to eat it. You know what I mean? They don't want to work and to get some. Well, actually, they're working, but you know what I mean. I guess that's a bad example. But you put something small in front of them, it's a whole different look, and they may take it. And sometimes a small thing didn't work, and you got to go large. But normally, I'm fishing large and working my way down. So, yeah. Anything else to add on that, SK?
Well, I mean, make them changes. Don't be scared of change. It's just like that last video I did. When I first started on that first part, I was like, well, the deal is slow. Jigging slow, up and down, swimming the bait. And then I went to lay one of my rods on my front deck to get another rod. And I hear the rod get a big old thump. And I'm like, really? And it took me 2 or 3 fish before I was like, well, they want the bait dead still.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just give it different. Action means a lot in getting fish to commit.
Yeah, you're right.
It means a lot. So just trying different things.
Yeah. And sometimes, Mickey, when, I'll see them, they'll come up to me and they'll just look at it. If I'm dead still, they'll look at it and then swim away. And I can throw it back out there and they follow it again. If I start raising up on it and it's a movement going upwards, they'll hit that thing. Man, there's so many things you can do to it, but that's what I would look at: moving it, changing colors, and changing size, whether it be jig heads or bait sizes. Usually I would say have 2, 3, 4 rods baited up with different things.
Yep.
I always do. You don't always see them in the video, but they're in the back. And if it's working great, I'm not going to change. I'm going to use that one rod. If they're just not hitting or they're following like that, I'm going to put that down, grab another one, and go from there. So good question. Good question. Thank you, sir.
I'll add one other thing too that I've been noticing too is when that fish first gets up there, if you match his speed, and if it speeds up a little bit, speed that jig up a little bit. A lot of time, I mean, what I've seen is a lot of time that'll force them to go ahead and commit.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
yeah, that's very true. Mickey, thank you so much for the super chat. That was a great question, sir. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, thank you, buddy. Let me scroll back up here. Hey, I see somebody here. Let me just say hi. Walking on water, buddy. How you doing? Hope all is well with you, and it is with me. Thank you. Hope it's all well with you as well. SK, have you ever seen his channel?
I have. Yep.
Good stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all go check it out. Once again, after this live's over, don't leave now. Wait till it's over. Let me scroll back up here and see where I was. Okay, I was right there. Let's see. SK is begging for jigs again. Simon, how you doing, man? Good to see you on tonight, brother. Thank you so much for being here. Paul catches them all. He's got a good channel as well. And I am going to, it's another one of these things, but I'm going to fish with him in Arkansas. I know, man. I've got my counters. Thank God I'm not a guide, dude. I would be in trouble. But yeah, he's fishing Lake Hamilton in Arkansas. So I've been there twice now, and I caught one bass that was about that long. It was terrible. Never found crappie, but he knows where some are, so we're gonna go find it. There he goes. Paul says, "SK the King."
I don't feel it.
All right, here's a good question. MRM Ranger. Have y'all noticed when you're fishing brush piles, if you catch a sand bass, the crappie leave? I've noticed crappie stop biting. And honestly, I've not noticed that because of the fact that I really don't see. The only time I ever see the sand bass are when I take it back. I did catch one that was darting through about 2 videos ago, but that's really been the only one. So I don't ever see them on the piles. What about you, SK?
Well, if I'm fishing a pile, if I just get to a pile and I'm fishing it and catch a white bass or two, I'll just move on because I don't do really well on crappie afterwards. But if I'm on a pile and I'm catching crappie and then catch a white bass, I'll usually catch more crappie. But if it's a pile that's holding white bass, usually the crappie won't be there.
Yeah. And MRM Ranger, I don't know if you have live scope or not, but I mean, quite honestly, you can look down there and tell. The white bass or sand bass are going to be, they'll float kind of like a crappie, and then they'll dart and they'll stop. They have fast movements where a crappie does a slow movement through there. There is a hard. If I'm looking at them on live scope, I have a hard time sometimes telling between sand bass, crappie, and drum. Those drum, dude, are ridiculous. They'll just sit there, and next thing you know, they're going to Africa on your line. But yeah, I've not noticed that. Like I said, the last time I fished it about 3 weeks ago, I was on a brush pile, just trying it out, and I did catch one. But I caught a bunch of crappie afterward. So I think it was just a passerby. In fact, I saw him come in my screen, grab my line, and then pulled him in. I didn't see him down there. Good question, sir. Slab Buster says, Carolina Reaper, I'd be in the hospital. Can't do it. Todd says, nominate Grumpy. Oh, I know. Yeah, that's one of our buddies, Grumpy. I don't know if he'd do it or not, but that would be a funny one to watch. Buddy Crisco, man, how you doing? Good to have you on here tonight. Mark says, I will do it and bring you some Red River gumbo. I'm afraid you wouldn't be eating any kind of gumbo after you ate that dang piece of beef jerky, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Let me scroll down here, look for some questions. Slab, we see your comment, and yeah. Thank you, bud. Slab was just saying, because I was on about his birthday. He says, no, I'll buy some, but we talked about that a minute ago. Superman, here's a good question. What size jigs are you using most of the time? I'm mostly using 1/8 ounce. SK, is that a question you feel like you answered?
I'm all over the globe on that. It depends on the wind speed. I usually try to go with the lightest I can get away, and it also depends on the depth that I'm planning on fishing. But usually, 32nd I use a lot, 16th, 1/8 ounce, and here lately with as bad as this wind has been, I've been even using up to 5/16 ounce, and it's a cannonball.
Yeah.
You know, the most important thing that I would say is just, and I'm sort of a finesse fisherman, but if the wind is blowing, I want to be able to feel that jig, and and that's the most important thing about it. Being able to feel your jig.
No, I agree. I use a 1/8 ounce pretty much 99% of the time. Now, if you see my videos, guys, you know what I'm doing. I've got a 1/8 ounce slip weight on top. I got a swivel and then a leader, a 2-foot leader. And the reason for that is because of the wind. I mean, we have a lot of wind here. Then I got a 1/8 ounce jig on the bottom. I do have lower, smaller jigs. I just don't like to use them because I do have that 1/8 ounce jig or weight on the top, and I don't like I get a lot of tangles when my weight falls first and my jig comes second. So I get a lot of tangles. So I like them to fall together. But the reason I do that is because on live scope, when you have 40 fish in a brush pile, I can see two things moving at the same time, and when they're moving at equal speed, it just makes it a lot easier to find my jig, and quite honestly, I use that until I don't catch fish. And then if I don't catch fish, I will go to a lower jig, a lower weight jig. But yeah, I'm usually a 1/8 ounce the whole time. Silver, just lead color for some odd reason, man, they love hitting my weight. That's why I put a 2-foot leader in there, because I can't tell you how many times that fish runs up there and grabs my bell weight and tries to take off with it. And so when I was fishing with a lower, I was putting about 8 inches, I guess, between my weight and my swivel. But that's why I do 2 inches or 2 foot now. So yeah. So if we got a finesse fisher on that side that uses a lot of everything, and I'm pretty much a 1/8 ounce. That's 99% of my time. Now I've got to go when I go to Tennessee and shoot docks. I've got to learn to use those smaller jigs, because that's what they want. It's clear water. We've got a lot of muddier water here, and that seems to make a difference. When I used the 1/8 ounce in Tennessee, I didn't catch anything. But Matt, wired for Crappie, was over there slaying them with a 1/16 ounce. It was just the way it fell. It fell slow, and he got them. So yeah, man, that's kind of where I am and where SK is too. What just happened on my screen? Oh, there we go. Okay. Jerry Lee says, SK, you make some good looking jigs.
Thank you.
William C, this is a good. I know I haven't. SK, what about you? Have you ever jigged for bullfrogs?
I have dropped a jig in front of, but I hadn't targeted them. I mean, if I see one, I'll especially if it's a good one.
I actually saw a video on that the other day where they were catching. Who was that? Oh, my buddy Frederick Kendall. Frederick.
Exactly. Yep.
Hey, Fred.
Over in Louisiana.
Yep. Yeah. That's who I'm supposed to be going fishing with too. Him and Terry Landry. Yeah, because he's from a hometown. He
Okay.
lives not far from where I grew up. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I follow Fred.
yeah, he's a good guy, man. He's got
Yeah.
an accent for sure, but boy, he can catch the bullfrogs. He can catch
Yeah.
anything from what I can see.
Pigs too.
Yeah, pigs. Yeah, you name it.
Yeah. He's a great cook from what I see.
Yeah. Well, and I got to be careful when I go down there. I got to probably plan a menu out because I'm afraid I may get some. I don't know. Who knows what I'm gonna get? Some
Yeah.
roadkill, some skunk, some. Here's some possum from last week. You never know, dude. He's gonna cook it up. So here's a good one. Texas Crappie Assassins. Y'all go check his video out as well, or his channel out as well. But SK says your videos got me tying jigs. Thanks for the great videos. I catch a lot on my hand ties. If you want to learn how to tie, watch SK's videos. They're great. I agree.
Let me respond to that. Back
Sure.
when I was learning how to tie, I mean, I watched, videos for months, and there's just some important steps and explaining that was just left out of a lot of videos. Not saying that my videos are the best at all, but when I made those videos, I tried to put in what I felt was important. And I've seen so many comments like this right here that it is unreal. Uh, and that video is still. I mean, that's if like that couple months back when I took the break from posting videos, that time video is at the top of the chart for me.
Really?
It still does really well.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need to go check it out. I didn't know you had that video. I hate to say
Yeah.
I've been so busy making videos I haven't had a chance to watch stuff lately.
Right.
But yeah, I definitely need to watch it because I've been trying to hand tie. I started last year, and like I can't whatever that thing is, that whippersnapper at the end.
Whip finisher.
Yeah, whip finisher. I call it whippersnapper. I can't use it. I just use my fingers and twist it and pop it in.
That works well too.
My jigs don't look anything like what you have back there. So they look they look pretty bad.
That's years of time though,
Yeah.
Years of time.
I'm definitely gonna watch that. So I need to learn that. Hey, I got a real quick, got a super chat down here, and I'll come back to Texas Crappie Assassin. D-Car, thank you so much. Did you get into the grasshopper stump bugs? If so, how'd they work? I did. I didn't get many. I got about 8 packs, I think, and they have worked well. I didn't use them this weekend. I used my secret bait that's in here. It's a brand new one. I can't reveal it because the video is coming out hopefully tomorrow, if not Wednesday morning. At that point, you'll see it. But those grasshopper stump bugs are amazing. I caught fish with them in Tennessee. I caught fish with them here in East Texas as well. And yeah, they're good. So if you want some, you can get any. Make sure you let Crappie Cove know. Let's get a demand, and they'll make sure they make some more. So I'm not sure how. I know they're out of them. They sold out in 2 days, 1,000 packs.
Wow.
Sold out in 2 days. So yeah, keep pushing them, and they will do some more. I guarantee you. All right, let me scroll back up here. Man, do you use StreamYard?
I do.
Okay. Boy, It's so hard to get back up and down when you lose. You hit a button, all of a sudden, doop.
They have a setting to where you can set it to where it don't. You have to actually move it for it to move up and down.
Really, I need to find.
I hadn't used it yet, but I said because it is really hard, like you said, to keep up with the comments, especially if you want to get back to where you were.
Yeah, it is. There it is. That's where I was. Okay. All right. So here's one for you. See if you know the question. I don't know how to answer this one at all. What's the trick to finding shell crackers? Always seem to find
out
them
during the spawn is the best time.
Okay.
I did do a trip 3 weeks ago. I was actually fishing for crappie, and this lake is covered with grass. I mean, year round it got grass, so you can't vertical jig it is really tough. It's a lake that you're gonna fish either fish up on the bank or you're gonna fish under a carp in certain areas. And I caught big old crappie, and then right behind it, I caught a really big shell cracker, but it was the only one. So I mean, during the rest of the year, I don't know.
I don't either. I'm sorry. I got a bad habit. I'm trying to do it off camera.
I'll tell you what, though, I had never, you know, I got a buddy, old LBG. He from Louisiana too, and he's real big on crickets, but we just can't find them down here.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm willing to bet if we put some, you know, bait down there, crickets or worms or something under some carps, we could probably find them. But you know, I'm throwing a jig under a carp for crappie, and I accidentally caught that one. So
yeah, that's kind of the way I find things is accidental.
right.
Yeah, I don't even know how to. I can't even answer that question, man. I'd love to. I just don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll target, you know, go specifically after them during the spawn, but until then, I mean, it's they're a tough fish.
All right, man. I'm sorry if that's the best answer we can give you on that one. So, John Maddox, here's one. Seems to the crappie that are on the bottom seldom. Oh, seems that the crappie on the bottom seldom bite, but the ones suspended usually take a look. Do you guys see that also? I'll tell you what. I'll answer this first, just because I was there Saturday. No, I see the crappie in the bottom, which they're not always there. They're not always at that point, but if you put the right bait in front of them, they'll bite. I had that. Most of the fish, yeah, I'm gonna say about a third of the fish I caught Saturday were on the bottom. They were just scrolling down the bottom, and you know the problem is it's hard on live scope, because I know John has live scope as well. It's hard on live scope to tell what they are, if they're crappie or if they're catfish, because they literally blend in with the bottom. You just kind of have to kind of look at the shape and the hump, if they're long and narrow like a submarine, or they have a little hump on them. And what I see is that as they get closer, I lose them. So I kind of have to pitch out to them and let it sink in front of them. But yeah, I've not had too much trouble biting them biting on the bottom. Depends on the time of year, obviously, and go from there. SK.
I'll tell you what, if I'm not sure if he watched my vids or not, but that last vid, especially part 2, those fish were on the bottom. And you know, I don't have live scope, but I do have 2D, and I didn't know if those fish were there. You know, they were on the bottom, and I mean they bit really well.
Okay, so yeah, we can. If you're not, well, you're obviously seeing them because you know they're there. I think you probably saw them again because John was fishing right where I was fishing Saturday. He's on my video coming up, catching a fish. He's in the background, and I think a majority of the fish, especially in the morning that I caught, were on the bottom. Didn't make for good live scope footage, so I didn't include them in there. But they were pretty much on the bottom, or they were roaming very close to the bottom. So yeah, I think it's just a matter of, once again, kind of like the last question we had 10 minutes ago: change baits, change sizes, and see what you can do if you're not catching them. Kind of my answer. So, all right, let's see. Clinton Mayer, how you doing? Good to have you on here. Paul, catch them all. Chris, where do we get one of them hats? Since for those of y'all who weren't here beforehand, I'll let you know the hats are being produced right now. This is the prototype. They actually made this to see if I liked it. Obviously, I liked it. So they got them being made right now. Once I get them in, I will let you guys know. I'm not sure how I'm going to sell them yet, but yeah, once I get that done, give me about 2 weeks probably, and they will be out for you guys to buy. I guess Slab Buster gets one because it's his birthday. So Paul says, I'm excited for the fishing trip. Yeah, buddy, me too. Okay, I think I missed a comment from somebody, but hey, Reef Robber, thanks for the sub. So we must have had a Reef Robber up there that I missed as I was scrolling down. So let me just say hi to you if you're here. Let's see. Here's a good one. Seen a release crappie go back to the school and bust them up on live scope. I try to release out the back of the boat. Do I see that too? I've not seen them busted up, but what I'm seeing, especially now, which I don't see it often, just because I'm usually already moving somewhere else or not watching. But I've seen in the last few weeks, I've seen the crappie. I release them and they go straight down to the bottom and sit at the bottom of the tree, and I'm still catching off the top of the tree. I know you've done some live scope. SK, have you seen that before?
I haven't seen on live scope, but pre-live scope, it's just been a known fact that they can affect the bite. Years ago, I used to always show me flipping my fish a good ways away from my boat, and then I had some guys that didn't take it well, so I don't show it. I mean, I still get them away from the boat. It don't hurt them, but I do flip them away from the boat.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is, the one that I watched, I actually released it off the side. I was still in the front, but I just kind of threw it. I normally, if you watch my videos, I kind of pitch them off to the side by the driver's console, and I'll watch him go straight back down. Wasn't fast, just kind of floated on down, sat it right there at the bottom, plucked off another two from the top.
Yeah. It probably has a lot to do with the depth you're fishing also, because when you first flip that fish back, I mean, he's going to dart for a little bit, and I'm quite sure it'll. I mean, it's just been a old belief, and it's helped me, I think.
Yeah,
get that fish away from the pile.
All right, that's a good thing. I'm sure. Yeah, definitely. I'm sure it does play a part in that. Let me look. Sid Lewis, hey, how you doing, brother man? Good to have you on. Sid, man, I did not use your jigs yet. He sent me some jigs to give away. I gave all those away, and I've got some in hand. But I had the secret bait that I had to use this weekend. So anyway, I did that. But Sid, I will be using those soon. There he goes. He said I learned everything I know from SK. Look at that, man, dude! I'm seeing your head get bigger as we're sitting here, SK. No. Oh, that's because you lean forward.
Yeah, Chris. Let me tell you. I did a video a while back that showed how some of my trips really go. And a lot of times you just don't include that struggle.
Yeah.
I mean, people say that just like they mention me as the crappie king. I don't feel that way at all. I'll tell you this: if you're not humble chasing these fish, they will put you in the doghouse quick.
Oh yeah.
I don't have live scope, so I mean, live scope makes it a lot easier. But hey, man, these fish, they get in that suspend mode out in the open, they get tough.
Yeah. Well, and the sad part is, even if you have a live scope, I can't tell you how many times I've been out fishing and I get skunked. I actually have a skunk hat in my boat. I've never worn it on video, but I need to do it because I've got footage. I've been out there for 4 hours and got 2 fish. I mean, it's just not been good, But and then he says he likes the turquoise color. So
hey, that's magic.
Let's see.
That's a new one.
This is probably for both of us, but do you use hair jigs all year or just winter and summer?
You want me to answer that?
Yeah, go ahead. Because
I was strictly hand ties, but since I don't sail, I went to plastics to where people can put what I use, the exact jig that I use, in their hand, and it's just a confidence builder. To me, you can get just match that size. I mean, a hair jig can get a lot smaller, But if you buy the right plastics, you can get smaller plastics also. Or like you said a while ago, take a chunk off of
Yep,
that jig and make it the size that you want it.
exactly.
And
Yeah,
and I
and,
think that's the biggest difference between hair and
right.
plastics.
Yeah, and I'm the kind of that way as well. So I will use hair jigs at some point. I started off with a hair jig on this next video, and then I switched over to the secret weapon that's coming in. That was plastic.
Mhm.
You know, when I go with the bonehead products, I love the bonehead products, but you know, again, on the slim stick, I can bite the end of it off.
Mhm.
The stump bug, you know, has a tail and then two legs. I'll pull those legs off sometime during the summertime. They want a
Mhm.
small bait. I'll pull those legs off, and I've got a body and just a small tail. So yeah, I use a little bit of both. Good question there, bud. Here's another one from Ricky James Underwood. Seems to be hard to find fish consistently in the winter or spring for most folks. Where to creeks, brush pile, creeks, brush piles, ledges, dams, north end, south end of the lake, etc. To find fish on any lake quickly. So I think he's basically winter and spring. What are you finding on your lakes? And James, I can't remember where you're from. I apologize. I know you've been on here before, but briefly, what do you see say the winter and springtime? Well, you know, that's two different times. I mean, the springtime you're getting into pre-spawn, wintertime they're going to be deep. So you know what, here I'll answer my thing and then I'll let you think on that for a minute, SK. But for me, where I fish, we have a lot of timber, we have a lot of standing timber. There are brush piles. I don't fish those often, but in the wintertime, I'm gonna be fishing those deep creeks. I say creeks, what's the word? The creek bed in the lake. Give you an example. Even in October, when I did the ACC tournament, we fished 64 foot of water, which was by the dam, but that's where we wound up mainly to hide from the wind. But that's what I'm going to be fishing is the deep water in that standing timber. In the springtime, I'm going to be fishing like right now. It's man, it's on the verge of spawn, in my opinion. Pre-spawn to spawn, it's right there in the middle. And
Mhm.
what I'm seeing is 10 to 15 foot of water for the big females, and anywhere from 6 to 4 foot up. You know, so that's kind of two questions there. You got anything to add on that, SK?
Well, the thing is, I know you probably noticed too. I mean, the creeks, not necessarily a creek off of the lake, but the creeks that run through the lake.
Middle lake, yeah.
Regardless of the time of year, I mean, you find the right area on that creek where you got several different depths. It usually helps you determine what depth the fish will be at, and then you can just target those areas of the lake. Now, I'll say this too: it would be a great idea to learn how to read lake maps, learn how to read the contours, and that helps tremendously.
Yeah,
Uh, that's my thoughts on that.
perfect. Irene says most of the time I catch shell cracker with those cold, big, fat worms when they're close to the bottom. Irene is the crappie queen, and apparently the shell cracker queen too. Thank you, ma'am. Sid asked, "What day am I coming through Jackson?" Probably the 7th of April. Well, no, I'm not going through Jackson. Actually, I won't even be going through there. I'm taking 40 up to Nashville and across. But yeah, we'll talk, Sid. Hook City TV, what's going on, man? What's going on, guys? Chris is slow and kind. Hey, man, we got a lot to talk about, brother. I'll be asleep by the time y'all see this. Man, I hope you're dreaming. Hope you're snoring. But thanks for coming on and saying hi. So,
What's going on, Ken?
I saw his comments in there, but man, we've been trying to get some stuff going, brother. We have been having a good time. Hey, Dale, how you doing, man? Good to have you on here. Let's see. I'm scrolling through. All right. Here's a good question. Stephen Webb. Can you determine the watercolor by your sensitivity settings? Okay. Lower clear water, high sensitivity muddy water to pick one color choice to crappie or to fish for crappie. Awesome show for both you guys. Thank you, sir. So I'm looking at the question. SK, you got anything? I'm trying to figure out.
Is he asking on his unit the sensitivity settings?
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah. Because I'll say this: if like after a rain, and you have muddy water with debris and all that, I always lower my sensitivity, SIDI and 2D. I'm not for sure about live scope, but it's all these units are definitely not set it and forget it, in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
so
I agree. Yeah, with live scope, I mean, I determine the water by looking at it. Number one, and I'm not saying your question's wrong. I just we're trying to figure out exactly what you're asking. So I'll determine what the water looks like. Like right now, I've got a lot of pollen in the water. That pollen's getting stirred up. So I will change my settings a tad bit to. In fact, on the video, you see them. I think either tomorrow or Wednesday, whenever I release it, there is a lot of junk in the water. So my gain is higher. At one point, I turn my gain down. I will mess with, if I need to, I'll mess with my noise rejection and my TVG, but I don't like to do those because what it does is stops. Say if my transducers, let me get in the picture. Transducers here, it's going to cut off this little area where I can't see a fish. And I actually caught fish 3-4 feet from my transducer the other day. So I don't want to cut that out, but I do want to cut the noise out as much as possible. So I'll usually just change my gain on that and make it a little bit easier to see. Hopefully that answered your question. I need to run real quick. I've got a super chat down here, and I'm gonna have a hard time finding this. Hook City TV, or somebody say my name. Hey fellas, what's biting in the saltwater? Freeport area. SK, you're closer to that area. I have no idea what's biting there except fish.
Yeah, are you planning deep sea or are you planning bay fishing? I'll tell you what, man, that Freeport area, back when I was in the saltwater, man, I'm talking about year round. Speckled trout, redfish, flounder, great species to chase down there. I'll even give you a hot bay to get in if you're gonna do any bay fishing. You get into that Christmas Bay. It's right there near the causeway down there, and it got several cuts off of that bay, man. I'm telling you, it holds fish year round. Great place to go for trout and redfish and flounder. I miss that fishing, man, but I can't get away from the crappie.
Yeah, I used to do some red fishing. I think I'm gonna do some this summer with my nonprofit, or at least take some guys to do it.
Yeah,
we got a great place over in Anahuac to do that.
Oh yeah, and Anahuac gets hot too.
Oh yeah. I'll get back to Ken in 1 second. I learned to drive an airboat back in October. Let me just tell you what, I'm hooked. If I can buy an airboat, I just have nowhere to go with it. But yeah, I would love to have an airboat. Ken, man, I appreciate the super chat. Guys, hey, look, there's a perfect example. We're way back up top on the comments. Ken threw a super chat in. We got right to it. And now you got to remember, I'm using StreamYard, so there's about a 45-second delay on what I see versus on what's live. So you got to give me just a little bit of time, have a little patience, unlike Mr. Hook City over there who's saying we're going to sleep or he's going to sleep. But hey, man, thanks for the super chat, brother. I really appreciate it. And thanks for being a part of the channel tonight. Love that man. He's a good guy, brother. All right, let's see if we got any more. I'm just kind of scrolling through. Here's a good question for you. How soon after post spawn will crappie be on docks?
You want me to answer that?
I know what I'm going to say. Go ahead.
I rarely fish docks. I'm not a
Okay.
big. I'm not real big into fishing structure like and the reason why I do that is just gives people that don't have electronics places to go. And I stick to stumps big time. I can get on a stump, shallow, deep. I got several marked in all depths. Stumps is my thing. Now I'll say this: while I'm up here in Fort Worth, the guy that I fish with, he's real big into docks, and we catch fish off docks year round. You just change the dock with the different depth. You just go to the depth that the fish are holding.
Okay.
Back, and again, it just goes to spending time with your map. That map is important.
Yeah, no, I agree. So my answer is post spawn happens. There's not a time where you go, okay, boom, today is spawn. Post spawn ends May 20th. You know, these fish come in, they spawn in waves, and I think there are actually fish here in Lake Palestine actually spawning now, to be honest with you. The males, they've been catching males in the shallows for, well, since end of January, and we're now into March. So yeah, I honestly, I think you can find some on docks now. I don't think you're gonna find a lot of them, but I would say by here, judging by my lake here, mid-April, there's gonna be a lot more out there. I think it's gonna be pretty plentiful. These fish will come in, and I know I'm not, once again, I target females. That's all I target. I don't target males. And so I'm a little slow on what the males do. You know, how many, I know they come in, and this is from my biologist we had on not long ago. They'll come in, they'll make the beds. The female comes in, takes her 2 hours to lay the eggs. That's what they say is the average. The males will sit there for 7 days. That's what it takes to hatch the fry, and then they're gone. Now, I don't know if they hang out and wait for another female to come in. I just don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But once that female drops her eggs, she's going back out there and eating, and then they'll slowly migrate out to the main lake. So it's just going to take a little time, I think. But I'd say by mid-April, going by my timeline here with my lake, I'd say by mid-April you'll find them in there. I mean, you know, we have spawning crappie here even through May. But that's when it's getting real slow too. So I'm fishing, you know, I'll be fishing the bridge, for instance, in April. So yeah, that's my answer. You got anything else on that?
Well, I totally agree with you, and I tell a lot of people all the time that I think the crappie start spawning a lot earlier than most people think, and I think they spawn longer than a lot of people think.
Yeah.
So, but time on the water is priceless. Time on the water is the key. And whatever unit you got, these units it's possible to hook these units up in your home. Spending time with those units. I'm not sure if Lawrence or Gorman. I don't know if you can record. Can you record with those units while you're out on the water?
With a light scoop, yeah.
You can. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you can play it back.
So obviously you had to watch my videos.
I'll watch. No. I'm not talking about active captain. I'm not talking about active captain.
Okay, say your question. I was joking with you, but say your question.
I watch all your videos. What are you talking about?
I know you.
No, but with Humminbird, yeah, with Humminbird, you can actually record what you're seeing, and at a later time, it saves it to an SD card, and at a later time, you can actually watch all of that footage. I'm gonna tell you,
I didn't know
while
that.
you're out on the lake, especially if on summertime sunny days, it's really hard to see those units. But if you record when you're scanning, and then when you get home, you got to get the that power converter, and an additional power card. But you can watch that recorded footage, and I promise you, you'll see 70% more than what you see out on the water. And
You know what?
I always use that.
See,
And
I
you can
didn't know
mark,
that.
yeah, you can, while you're watching it, you can mark those spots, and it'll save those waypoints.
Okay, so I knew about the marking and saving. I didn't know about
Right.
the recording aspect
Yeah.
of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I agree with you on that because just like give you an example, tonight I was going through and editing this video, and I've got my live scope video, and I'm scrolling through there fast, going, why wasn't I targeting that fish? I saw that fish there.
Exactly.
I didn't see it there, but apparently I just saw it now. It was a big old blob,
Right.
and what was I thinking? So that's a very good point.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not sure if Lowrance or Gorman has that option to where you can do it. I'm quite sure they do, because all those guys try to match all the options that each other have. So, but that's a great thing to do. You get to spend that extra time and with your unit, and that's what it all boils down to: learning your units, putting that time in on the lake, finding the structure, different depths, ledges, creek channels. That's how you get good with crappie, in my opinion.
Well, see, you just schooled me because I've got 2 Humminbird 12s. I had no idea you can do that, so I guess I need to spend a little time.
Let me ask you this, Chris, if you don't mind. What head you're using on your Gorman?
I'm using the 1022.
1022. Okay.
Yeah, I wished I had the 1222, but maybe eventually one day I'll get it. I'm a big fan of the not the touchscreen, but the buttons. And
Okay.
I'll tell you the reason I like that is because I'm very OCD. I actually carry a bottle of Windex in my boat, and when I start out the day, I spray all my graphs down. Water spots, they play havoc on you when you're looking.
Without a doubt.
It never fails. You pull a fish up and they flap, and you get that stuff on there. If I'm using the touch screen, as soon as I touch that fish, I got slime in my hands. I go down there and hit scan out. Well, I got fish slime in those spots where I'm having to hit, and
Right.
I'd prefer to use the touch screen. So that's why I'm at a 1022. So,
Okay. Have you have any experience with the 86 series, 86 10s or 12s?
I do not. I've used the 96 SVs on other people's boats, but I've never seen one of those.
Yeah, I think that's the one that I'll be getting. You don't have to have that black box.
Ah, okay.
And that's what I want to try to get away from. So
got you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about. I can't give you any information on that. I'm sorry. Wished I could. So, just make sure if you want to do it, make sure it will take active captain.
It does.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Good. So I wasn't sure. All right. Inshore Yacker TV. What should you do if lake vegetation is depleted due to introduction of grass carp? I'm assuming what you're talking about right there is male crappie spawning. I would look for stumps, look for trees down. So I've got a video, speaking of Hook City, who was right above there. I don't know if he's still on or not, but we did a video with Mark Williams last year where we were wade fishing, and we were literally in 6 feet or 6 inches from the bank in rocks. So the bridge or the road there was lined with big old rocks, catching fish. There was no grass in there that I'm aware of. I didn't see any. The water was so muddy, but that's what I would look for. What SK?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Look for rocks. Those fish can't eat those rocks.
You're right.
Also, ledges along the bank. I mean, I know a couple areas on my lake that if you wanted to catch some male crappie, and there's nothing there, there's no stumps, there's no It's just a little 1 foot ledge, and those fish will get right up along that edge. And I mean, you could pretty much just sit there and pick them off big time.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, you don't have to have grass. Now, if you have grass, sometimes it's easier. But in fact, on that video I was watching the other day, Ken, I walked by this stump, and Ken reaches over there and drops it in there, pulls out a crappie. He goes, if you weren't getting that stump, I was. And he pulled one right out from that stump. I say a stump. It was a log that fell over, just a piece of wood that floated up there. And those crappie were right smack in there spawning. So let's see. Man, thank you, brother. There's a wealth of knowledge on this panel. You're in the right place. I appreciate it. Unless you're talking about SK and not me. But I do appreciate it. Anyway, thank you, Ken.
While you're looking at that, Chris, I hear comments, especially coming from Ken, stuff like that. It means a lot. But man, the biggest thing that helps me is I put my head down and I go to work. I don't give up easy. And it's like I tell everybody, those fish can't get on a plane and fly to the lake. They're there somewhere. You just got to find them and find out what it's going to take to make them bite.
Exactly.
Put your head down and go to work.
Yeah. There's times a year when you need stealth technology because somehow they've invented that. And they're hard to find. But you keep looking. You're right. You keep looking, you're going to find them. So Ken right there is a wealth of knowledge. If y'all, I'm pretty sure every one of y'all are on his channel, but if you're not, you need to go check out Hook City TV. He's got a lot of knowledge, and he's not a bad guy either. He's kind of cool. So I'm joking. He's an awesome guy. Let's see. I don't know the answer to this one. Garmin Striker 7 or +7. If it's a good fish finder. I've got no idea. SK, have you ever heard of it? I mean, have you?
If it's one of their side imaging units, from what I've been researching Garmin a lot here lately, and those units will work. I mean, I advise everybody that if you're going to invest in a unit, make sure it has side imaging at least. At the least, side imaging is to me the biggest thing that helps me the most on learning lakes and finding where these fish are going to be.
Yep. Timothy, I wish I can give you a better idea on that. I just don't know, but I do agree with him. Side imaging is like SK. I watch you use 2D imaging. I mean, it's Greek to me. I just don't understand it. I never have. It's just a bunch of little arches in there, and I don't understand it at all. And that's something I'll probably need to learn. But quite honestly, with live scope, with side scan, I'm able to go through and find brush especially on a new lake, find a structure. And once I find it, I mean, I've even gotten away from, which is probably a bad habit. I've gotten away from marker buoys. I think I've got one on my boat because I found it floating in the lake. And nobody was around it, so I grabbed it. I find that structure. I'll mark it like you said on the GPS or on the screen. I'll spin back around, deploy my live scope, and start scanning.
Yeah, if you got a forward view live scope, I mean I wouldn't throw a marker either.
Yeah.
Especially if you have spot lock, whereas if you're dealing with a fish, you can hit your spot lock and you don't drift off of the spot. So it's really easy to find that structure with the live scope if you're close.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. I didn't even ask you how long you want to be on here, SK. So you may be.
I'm good, man. We talking about crappie, dude. It's up to you. Whenever you're ready to kick me off, you let me know.
Let's see. Brent Peters, how you doing, man? One of my warriors that I took on an axis hunt, and he got into crappie fishing. Good to have you on here, brother. Here, this is off subject, but back to what Ken was asking. Reds are coming back through. A buddy of mine caught 2 limits of nice slot reds in an hour or so yesterday on kayaks during the moving tide. Sweet, man. I love.
What area? I want to know what area he's talking about. Oh, just Freeport.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say this too. Now, if Ken does get to Freeport, if you get over there by that cut, that cut over there, man, be very. I don't care if you're in a boat or whatever, man. That place is. It takes people's lives yearly at that causeway over there.
Really?
Yearly, there's somebody that lose their life. It's a very dangerous, tide changes and all that. It's a very dangerous area to fish.
Wow. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna be on a kayak. I don't even own a kayak, but still a boat or anything.
Yeah.
Hey, William C has a. Well, first of all, let me just say this real quick. Ricky James Underwood said that's a great answer for both of us. His question, but here's a good question from William C. What's the best way to learn how to read 2D sonar?
Spending time with it, playing with it. Now, let me say this. If you like you mentioned a while ago, I got my unit set up to where it don't show arches; it show blobs.
Okay.
And it I understand it a lot better. To me, I can see a fish on the bottom, and know it's a fish, especially if it's a good fish. It shows a hump. Now, if it's an arch, I can tell. Sometimes I can tell the size of the fish. But my unit is set to where it show blobs.
Okay.
And it's just transducer placement, settings. It's like I told you, I think me and you talked before. It's just like old black and white TV. You just got to get it dialed in for your eyes. And
have you done a video on that, SK?
Not 2D. I have not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I'd watch it. That's something I just got no idea about.
Mm-hmm.
I know William has it. So I gave him one of my old units, and unfortunately, I thought it had side scan, but it didn't. It only has 2D. So that's what he has.
Humminbird.
Yeah. When I bought the boat, it came with the Humminbird 7s, and it wasn't it was the stock one apparently. So
yeah.
It just.
I'll tell you what though, those dedicated DI units, man, they hard to beat. I'm telling you that if it's a dedicated 2D unit, man, those units can show some really, really good. I mean, awesome. It'll draw a stump, a log, all of that.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to use that, man. Definitely. So Joe Poole's getting a lot of rain. So apparently, that rain's coming. I hadn't gotten it yet. But apparently you guys are getting there. Are you getting rain right now, SK?
Well, it's just now slacked up. It's been pounding though.
Okay.
It's been coming down pretty good here in Fort Worth.
Gotcha. Hook City, again, thank you so much, man. Good show. Thanks for sharing the knowledge tonight. Appreciate you for being on here, brother. Thank you so much. I think that man has more knowledge in his head than both of us. Well, maybe not you, but definitely me. So I don't mind saying that I'm lacking. But yeah, man. Thanks, Ken. Thanks for being on here, brother. We love you, man. Here's another one. Thanks for the info. This live show is so cool. Thanks, Timothy. I appreciate you, brother. Here we go. What's your wildest catch on a crappie jig? Gar, cat, or bass, and how big? Go ahead, SK.
I've caught every species in fresh water just about on a crappie jig and some big ones. Bass, I've caught right at an 8-pounder on video. Catfish, my biggest on a crappie. I'm talking about 1.5 inch long hand tie that fish hit. And I'm willing to bet the fish was 40, 50 pounds.
Wow.
On a catfish. Yeah. And I've caught some 20-pound gaspergoo just for big fish. But yeah. And it's crazy how those big old fish go after a little bitty crappie jig.
Yeah. My biggest one is I foul hooked him.
Oh,
But yeah, it was a gar that was, I guarantee it was that big around, dude. I was in there fishing for some males and just trying it out, and I saw that sucker come by, and I pulled my jig up and foul hooked him, and anyway, it broke off. But I did catch an alligator gar Saturday. I got him on my video. He was probably 2.5 foot long. First time, I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought I had a catfish. I pulled it up, and then my heart just went like, how am I gonna get this jig off of here? Because and then he let himself go. But yeah, I caught a 12-pound catfish. No, I'm sorry, not 12-pound. Oh yeah, he was 12 pounds. I weighed him. He was 12-pound catfish last year when I was fishing for crappie, and it was the worst part is it was my last hand tied jig, and man, I let that drag out. I got him in, but that sucker was about 2.5 foot long. He was huge. That rod was looked like a candy cane, even with drag going out. So yeah, that's a good question, man. Yeah, we've caught some fun stuff for sure. 903 Fishing, how you doing, man? Good to have you on here. Let's see. So here's kind of an answer to her. Oh, yeah, that's it from Hook City.
Without a doubt.
Yep. April, June. I agree. That's kind of what we were saying. As soon as these females get out of here, once they do their business and they're going out. I did a video. I did an intro, not an intro. I was sitting there talking. I had to cut it out, but I was like, yeah, they're making their beds. And when I went back and listened to it, it sounds like they're putting the sheets and folding them back. And it's like, I just got to get rid of this. But anyway, yeah, once they finish making their nest, and spawning, man, they're moving out. They'll hang in there for a little bit and eat, and they'll get on their Jenny Craig there in June and start losing weight for the summer. But let's see. Just scrolling through. Hey, I'm not going to try to pronounce this, but from Brazil, God bless you. Thank you so much for being on here tonight. I appreciate that. This is the farthest away I think anybody has been on that I've seen. So thanks for being on. I appreciate you. Hopefully you're learning some stuff from this, and appreciate it, man. Scott Pace, if I get a chance to come to Lake Guntersville, man, I was close, and that may happen for sure. Fish with Slab Buster. That's a place. Once again, it's on my list, along with about 80 other places, but I got a better chance of going there than some other places. So, Uncle Bill says, post, I start looking 8 to 12 in the mouth of creeks off points during post spawn. There you go. JLD Fishing says, I have a feeling I missed a lot. Brother, you did. This has been a great deal. This was a spur of the moment thing. I literally called or texted. I sent an email and I texted SK. I said, hey, I just sent you an email. If you're bored tonight, get on. And he got on, and it's been fun. So Ken says you shared that info in your screen recording on a few of his videos. Man, I hadn't seen that, dude. I don't know why. I've got to be honest. I go through and I watch videos briefly lately because I've been so busy with everything else. I need to go back and look, man. I know you've been very good at watching my videos and commenting on there, and apparently I haven't been as good. So I need to go watch that because that would give me some good information. What's the best water temperature for them to be spawning in? Shoot, SK, you're laughing. Go for it.
I don't go by water temperature. Once the days start growing, those fish are heading shallow. I don't care if it's 40-degree water temp or 80-degree water temp. That's when they're gonna head to the banks.
Yeah. I'm looking back here because we had that, and I agree with you on that as well. I'm trying to remember exactly what he said. I know to me, about 55, 56 degrees are running. I don't even see it on here, but when we had that biologist on about a month ago, he was talking about that. And anyway, yeah, days get long, but I'm gonna say probably upper 50s, early 60s. They're gonna be spawning. That's pretty much what happens, because you get a longer day. You're gonna get usually 90% of the time. This year has been a little different, but you're gonna get warm days as well. You know, we what was it? 2 weeks ago, I went out and the water was, I believe, if I remember right, I got to look at the video to be correct, but I want to say it was 64 degrees surface temperature. Now I'm talking surface temperature. Went out yesterday or Saturday, and it was 54 degrees. That was a big difference.
Yeah. It's cooled off some.
Once again, that's surface temperature, and now I've heard there's a thing you can buy to drop down there. I was thinking about getting an old unit and just dropping a transducer down to get an idea what the surface of the water temperature is below. But surface temperature is going to be one thing, bottom temperature is going to be a whole nother thing. So I don't think the bottom, and I could be wrong, I don't think the bottom cools off near as much as the surface does. The surface is more dependent upon outside temperature, where the bottom isn't. So if I'm wrong, correct me on that. SK, I don't.
I agree, and I'll add to this. The spawning crappie. Let me, if you fish in shallow water, the least little thing, temperature drop or whatever, it'll affect those fish in the shallow water a lot faster than if you targeted the fish that are staging just out from where they're going to spawn.
Right.
You have a temperature change; those fish usually will hold there.
Yeah.
And even if the temperature is perfect, whatever temp you feel is perfect, all the fish never go to bank at the same time. So there's always going to be fish out in that staging area. And that's the only area I don't ever fish the banks.
Yeah.
I don't ever. Yeah. Yeah.
So I was talking to one of our guides here in Lake Palestine right before. So the fish were coming in, they were staging, they were starting to stage. I mean, we were catching them in 10, 12, 13, 14 foot of water right before the big Snowmageddon, whatever you want to call it, we had here roughly a month ago. And those fish never left after everything frozen. And I'm talking about where we were fishing, the surface was iced over. And one of my guides said he went out there and he can see them on live scope, and they would, they were at this point, it had thawed out, but they were moving up to 4, 5, 6, 7 foot of water. And he stuck his pole down there and hit one of them, and it just kind of moved off a little bit. They were still there. They were going to the bottom. They were just dropping down. Some of them probably left, but majority of them, I think, stayed there. And kind of.
I follow a couple guys from up north, and their lakes get solid. I mean, they're not solid to the bottom, but they get ice on the top of their lakes to where they can walk on them. And that he was telling me that as soon as ice breaks up there, to where you can fish it, those fish are in the shallows. He didn't, he's bank fishing, so he didn't know what the water temperature was.
Right.
But if it's just after ice, it has to be low 40s, I'd imagine, and those fish up in the shallows. So, and I've always thought about that too. When I first got into crappie, I read books. I watched so much videos and stuff, trying to determine what was best. And over the years, what I've seen is you can look for the right or a perfect scenario to go out there and fish for, or you can just go fishing, and you're gonna catch some fish if you go out there and just get that jig wet, put it in different depths, give it different actions, and once you start searching for a perfect condition, you're gonna miss out on a lot of opportunities to catch fish because you just won't go.
Yep, no, I agree. Hey, here's a good question. Do you know about the new Humminbird Live? Is it like live scope? It's supposed to be, but I don't know anything about it. Do you?
I don't know a lot about it. There's just not a lot of info out there about it. It's going to be like live scope, but I've waited, a long time for this. They were saying 1st of March, and now they're saying April, and then I heard June, and I mean they're just constantly putting it off. But I hadn't seen any real footage of their units yet.
Yeah, no, I hadn't either. And I've seen footage of was it Lawrence?
Mm-hmm.
I forget what they called it.
Active target.
Active target. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the way I look at it. Garmin's proven. Garmin's been out for a couple of years, and I'm not going to jump on something new when this works fine. If it's better, then we'll take a look at it. But right now I've spent enough money, and I'm not changing because it's I'm happy with what I have, and I can see kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
But if you don't have it, then yeah, it's definitely worth looking into. I like you said, I've not seen enough about it. So
right.
Let's see. Songs for you. How you doing? I've not seen you on here before, so good to see you on here. Thank you. GLD Fishing says, I found crappie even in bulkheads along people's property. Yep, I agree. Timothy Badden, how you doing? Just kind of scrolling through some of these real quick. Let's see. 10-6 Voss. God, I've said that before. You said I said it right. I hope I did. Watch Ken's channel all the time. Become a member of our family. He and his family are friends. I agree. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Okay, here we go. So Hook City says 7-inch screen. What's your intended use for live scope? It's a big no. If it's on the console for finding structure, it could be better used. Let me think. What did we say? The 7-inch screen. I think we were talking about William C's question, which is that was a Humminbird 7. Now I may have said that incorrectly when I mentioned it. But yeah, I agree. I would not put a 7-inch, even a 9-inch. I see a big difference in the 9E3 SV, the 9-inch screen versus the 10-inch. See what I got right here? Same thing you got. They're called glasses. I need every bit of stuff I have. Let's see. Mike Hallmark, I didn't know that. You're the day before me. So happy birthday on March 29th. So let's see. And Hook City's talking about the rain. There goes our creek bite for a few days. They still got to eat. They just may move out. I don't know. I just don't fish creeks, and that's my difference. I think where you guys are. I mean, yeah, I got a creek running through there, but I'm fishing shallows, so it kind of comes into one area, and I don't know. We'll see. It probably will move out. The waters can get muddy, maybe a little bit harder to see them. I don't know. I'm gonna find out because I'm going fishing. So, all right, Terry Landry, good to have you on here. Let's see. I think we're about done here. I'm just gonna scroll through real quick, see if I see any questions. And I don't. So Mike Hallmark said he saw a leaked video, but has not seen but it's not better than live scope. So, all right, guys. Hey, we're going to end this tonight. SK, man, I appreciate you being on here. We've been on for an hour, 49 minutes, man. I probably had 20 minutes of stuff to talk about, so you've definitely helped out. Thanks for being on here tonight, especially last minute notice. I invited you last week, and again, spur of the moment, said, hey, if you're bored, get on here. And he was busy, and this time he jumped in. So I appreciate you, man. It's always good to have you on here. And,
awesome. Thanks for the invite.
You got a wealth of knowledge, and we do. I know you use live scope as well, but we do 2 different types of fishing. So it's good, especially like the 2D. It's good to hear some of that information. And apparently, I've been called out, so I haven't watched enough videos of yours, so I need to get on it. So that's what I will be doing here soon, is watching some SK videos. Didn't even know you had them out there, so I apologize. But not trying to say I don't follow you, because I do. I get busy, man. You know how life is. So
without a doubt. Yep.
I think I'm more busy, or busier. That's a better word. I'm busier being retired than I was when I had I look back and go, how did I do all this stuff when I had a job?
Mm-hmm.
And the simple fact is, I've added so much stuff to my life. So I need to slow down a little bit. But anyway, brother, I appreciate you being on here. It's good to have you on here. One day you and I are going to fish together. It's going to happen.
We got to make it happen.
We've talked about it for a long time. We can meet up in Conroe or something halfway.
Yeah.
And who knows, during the summer, or I'll make it to Dallas or to Fort Worth, where you're at, and we can go fishing. But we'll figure it out, man. So
we'll make it happen.
Guys, definitely. Guys, thanks for being on here tonight. I appreciate every one of y'all for being part of this channel, for being part of the family, for making this live successful just by asking questions. I thank everybody for the super chats that have come up tonight. You guys are awesome. And gotta move the cat again. You guys are awesome, and love you all. This is something I look forward to every night. Kind of like probably you do with your lives. You got certain people that are always in there, and it becomes a family. So
yep.
I'm gonna quit talking now. We'll catch you guys next week, and go from there. Hey, wait, hold on. Yeah, hold on. Let me look at something real quick before I say this and make a fool of myself. No, never mind. Yeah, next week's, I was thinking Easter. I was going to say happy Easter to everybody, but we got another week for that. So, all right, guys, y'all have a good night, and we'll talk to you soon. SK, hang out just for a minute, okay?